had an incredible time visiting artist studios throughout Seoul. I think one of the special things has been the great diversity of practices, from video art to material-based soft sculptures, via kind of drawing practices, painting practices. So we've really seen the kind of full gamut of the kinds of ways in which Korean artists are working, the kind of media they use, but also the kinds of studios in which they make their work.
I think as someone who writes about art and looks at a lot of art, you see it in many different contexts, but it's always great to understand where it comes from, like the person behind the art, but also the whole society and the life of the artist outside of just the things that they create.
I'm very excited to be here. I never had the chance to visit Korea before, so it's a first visit for me. And so I'm very grateful for KAMS and to organize this very dense program of studio visits, exhibitions, meeting with the art professionals.
As I learn more about Korean artists and about the Korean art world, I would also like to know more about Korea itself and the social and political context which enables such a wonderful art scene.
We saw a great diversity of artists working with different subject matter, working with different medium. Some of their work was so deeply personal. Some of their work was really very much about the experiences of being here in Seoul and living in Korea. And yet at the same time, many of the themes can also be very relatable and resonant, regardless of whether you know Korea or not.
I had been following some of these Korean artists and their exhibition from afar, from the US, and so to have the opportunity to get to meet them and see them in their studio, in their spaces that they're making all these works was really special, and hearing what they're not only have worked on but are working on in the future was also really interesting.
It's been a great privilege to go around Seoul and to visit these different contexts, these different buildings, these different architectures, these different neighbourhoods, and perhaps even to understand how these different contexts inflect the work that's being made within them.
I have been traveling and getting to see artist studios and learning more about their practices, and this program has been extremely in-depth. We've been able to not only learn about Korean contemporary art history and really get that grounding, but also get to see such an incredible variety of studios.
I would say again, it's the diversity is really great. We did visit quite a few different artists, meaning people who are working process-based. There are a lot of people who are more socially engaged, working with the archives, working with the materials. So I think the diversity of that was really appealing.
We have seen an extraordinary range of artists, all of the highest quality, and in the most remarkable range of studio spaces, from rooftops here where we are now with the Rice Brewing Sisters, to industrial spaces, to small studios outside in the countryside, to residential properties. It's been a real experience and so varied.
I really liked the first introduction to the Korean art scene that was given by an art historian on our first night, or first morning. I felt like it provided a good context for what was gonna follow, which is a rare thing in these types of organized travel plans.
So this program offered an amazing opportunity to both meet artists, seeing where they work, visiting their studios, to visiting institutions and the biennials and the art fair. So it gives a really broad introduction to what's happening in Korea at the moment, which is really fantastic.